$50 billion. Couldn't you just hear Carl Sagan saying that? $50 billion spent on pet care. Who would have thought? Certainly not me. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and friends, and Joyce. One of the things that I really liked about your speech, besides being the $1 billion, is the obvious emotion and care that you have for pets. Couldn't you really see that in her speech? Didn't it really come through?
Yeah.
And what was amazing to me about that is it was a speech that was chock full of facts. You know, you probably couldn't put any more facts in that speech, but yet the emotion still came through. You know, when you talked about things that people don't think about, what am I going to do about taking care of these animals? It really brought that home, and I thought that was really, really helpful to me as an audience member. You also brought out a lot of good pluses and minuses about things that I never would have thought of. And I think a lot of people, especially kids, will get pets, and they never think about these things. I certainly wouldn't. So I thought the analysis of the pluses and minuses was really useful. That would have been very helpful to me. Finally, I really liked the use of the story in there. In information-rich speeches like that, having stories really can help make a big difference. Now, that also, though, brings up a suggestion that I would have. That to me, it would have been even more powerful if there was more story in there. We can get lost in just so many facts. And while Joyce's emotions did come out, more stories can really help those emotions to come out more and help us to feel the facts even more. Another point that came to mind was the use of the prop. And there's pluses and minuses. There are different people who think different things. But personally, the prop was a little distracting because I see these words behind here, and my eyes kept being divided between the words and the speaker. And so I think it maybe would have been more powerful if you did want those to put it up and then put it down. Or else, at the end, hold up the points and just go through them, just to compare. So I think that would have been more powerful. And finally, just one more point is a little more use of the stage, I think, would have been useful. In your example, you had four points. Well, there could be 4 spots on the stage where you could talk about the first point and then move on to the home care and then move on to the whatever. So I think that would have been useful. But overall, it was a very good speech. It was very useful, really would have helped me. The story and the points and the emotion brought it through well. Just work on some of those, the usage and more story, and you'll be able to help convince more of us to clean up after our dogs. Thank you.
Good job, Gary, for good evaluation.
Now for a second evaluation of our icebreaker, Jenny. It does from